Hey everyone, Frank Menard here with the Menard Team Coaching. Hey, I just want to bring you this quick video today where we will be discussing positive mental attitude. How's your attitude? What does having a positive mental attitude really mean to you? Well, let's talk about that just a bit. So, first and foremost, one of the things, if you focus on your awareness, what's going on in your mind, it will help you to maintain a positive mental attitude. So, being able to recognize, negative self-talk or just negative thoughts, thinking about what is going on in your mind. Because, see, we get to choose whether we're positive or we're negative. We don't get to choose the input that we get from the environment around us. So it's very possible that many times, multiple times throughout the day, you're going to be bombarded with negative information. So being aware of what you're watching on television, listening to the radio, what you're reading, all of those things, what people are saying, all of those things have an impact on you and your mindset. So if you're aware of what's going on in your surroundings, you get to make a choice. It's your choice to be made. No one else can make that choice for you. You get to make a choice as to which side of the coin you're going to stay on, the negative side or the positive side. So practice self-awareness. Be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of what you're saying to yourself. Be aware of what other people are presenting to you so that you can make the right choice. And the right choice is always a positive mental attitude. We mentioned just a few seconds ago positive self-talk. One of the things that you can do to really improve your attitude is to listen to what you say to yourself. We all say things. I know I certainly do. We all say things to ourselves internally that we would never say to someone else who we cared about. Well, I would hope that we all care about ourselves. So why don't we control what it is that we say to ourselves? So what are you saying when you speak to yourself? Be positive. Focus on paying attention to what's actually going on in your brain. Think about the positive things. When you hit a negative circumstance, think about the positive side. You know that old saying, every cloud has a silver lining? Well, that's true with most things that happen to us in life. So look for that silver lining. Focus on what's the positive side of this situation I'm in. Another thing that I've started doing, probably the last 3 months or so, is positive affirmations. So I've actually made it a goal for myself this week. I'm going to complete. I'm a big Zig Ziglar fan as well as Napoleon Hill, but Zig always had a what he calls a wheel of life, and in that wheel there are 7 different spokes that kind of impact on the different sides of our lives. You know, whether it be physical and health or mental or financial, so all of those things. So one of my goals this week is to create at least 10 positive affirmations for each one of those spokes, and then rotate those affirmations each and every morning when I'm doing my meditation and my gratitude. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But why not take up the practice of putting in some positive input? You know, we're garbage in, garbage out. So let's go ahead and put the good stuff in and keep the bad stuff out. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with a positive environment. You know, if we hang around with people who are constantly complaining, and we've all come up against that, whether it be in the workplace or maybe even in our own families, you know, there are people who just can't be anything but negative. You know, don't surround yourself with those people. Push yourself away as quickly as you can. Be in control of the environment that you're in. Look for supportive and uplifting people. People who actually have a good positive mindset, are looking at the best side of life, the better side of life all the time. And those are the types of folks that will help uplift your own personal attitude, to make sure it stays positive. When you're feeling some of that negative input coming in, look for that positive resource. You know, call a friend. You know, there used to be a TV show where you had an option to call a friend to get the answer that you needed. You know, if you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit negative, why not call a friend and look for that support? Gratitude practice. So again, so it was about 90 days ago. I became affiliated with the Napoleon Hill Institute, and part of that process, part of my training, was to take part in what they call the self-discipline camp. By the way, if you want to know more about the self-discipline camp, just shoot me a quick message, and I'll put a link below so you can do that, and I'll give you all the information you need. So the first phase of the self-discipline camp actually is called the disruptive phase. And that's where you start to change your habits for the morning. And so my morning now starts very early, starts at 5:30 in the morning. That's when we actually open up the self-discipline camp. That might keep some of you away all by itself, right? Get up an hour earlier, and we start with some meditation. So some very pleasant music, and some practice on our thought. So we focus on our breath. We open the day with a nice, relaxed atmosphere. And then as we process through that, we then shift into writing down at least 10 things that we're grateful for. And let me tell you something. What an impact on my life to start every single day with being thankful, grateful for what I have versus focusing on that which I don't have. How does your day start? Are you thinking about all the things that you don't have, all the things that you want and need? Why don't you start out by being grateful for what you do have? What a fantastic way to start the day. I know for sure it's had an impact on my life. And then once we get done with the gratitude, we focus on what's your major purpose. What's your definite purpose in life? What are you trying to accomplish? I've gone over this definite purpose stuff before, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to, the end for the rest of my life, I have to do this. Maybe just your definite purpose for the next month, maybe for the next year. But by starting your day and reminding yourself in writing it in your journal or on a piece of paper on your desk, just writing out what your definite major purpose on and what are you focusing on for today. So what's your intention for today? It's a fantastic way to start your day. We call it the self-discipline camp. There'll be a link below so you can get the information on that and other programs that we have. How about self-care? One of the things that really helps us maintain a positive, confident attitude is the way we feel physically, mentally. So what are you reading each and every day? Are you focusing on some personal, professional development books that will help you be a better person, be better at your occupation, whatever that might be? Are you looking at all the things that you could be doing in your life that would help you out, like physical exercise, emotional exercise? That meditation really helps with that. How about your overall well-being? What are you doing to maintain a good physical fitness? Yeah, exercise is one, but how about, are you eating healthy? Are you doing the things that you know you should be doing? We all know the rules: eat right and exercise, and that helps us feel better physically, but it also helps us feel better mentally. I know I've certainly woke up some mornings where maybe I didn't eat the right foods the day before and I woke up sluggish and not have that energy. And that affects my ability to go out and exercise and the pace on my run and all those things. So making sure that you take great care of yourself physically, both internally and externally. How about sleep? Are you staying up all night? I get up at 4:30 in the morning. My practice starts at 5:30 in the morning. And the only way I can do that is if I'm in bed by like 9:30 at the max to make sure that I get enough sleep. So 6 to 7, 8 hours sleep. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people need more, some people need less. Find out what your sweet spot is and then control your schedule so that you can actually get the sleep that you need to be the best person you can be. If you're starting to feel stress, what do you do? How do you react? I don't like that word reacting. I want to respond. Because when we react, we have less control over what's going on in our environment. So if you're getting angry, if something's happening to upset you, why not just take a minute, take a deep breath, and respond as you should in the appropriate manner. So making sure that you do that. How can you do that? How about some deep breathing, deep breath? That meditation that we talked about earlier. Having control over your emotions gives you complete control over you in your situation. So look, those are just a few tips about how to maintain a positive mental attitude. And having a positive mental attitude will have a major impact on your life. In fact, the day that you adopt a positive mental attitude is the day that you will meet the most important living person. You. That's right. You are the most important living person. So do the best you can to maintain a positive mental attitude. I hope these tips help you today. If you happen to know somebody that could use this message, please feel free to share it. If you like it, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we talk about the next thing that you can do to be the very best that you can be. All the best, guys. Talk soon.